limits of debate in this country are established before the debate even begins, and everyone else is marginalized and made to seem either to be communist or some sort of disloyal person, a kook, there's a word, and now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute, that powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
Hey folks, so I'm just doing some work for the Unity4J Discord for the stream team. It's kind of a favor. I've spent some time on it. Hey Eric, I don't like working on things for public in private, so I figured I'll just go ahead and share my screen while I'm actually working on the document. Sorry, there's really not much I'll be saying. You're just gonna be seeing me typing and probably, you know, making some coughing noises or drinking noises while I'm working. Anyways, enjoy. Oh, before I do, I will show you, again, in the description box, you can find the link to join Unity4J, and there are currently 2,362 members with 437 people online, doing a lot of work. There's a lot of coordination going on. A lot of it has to be managed. I don't know if I like the management system that everyone's just used to. The corporate management system, the chain of command management system that the military employs. But you know what? That's all that we're familiar with. When I manage in a corporate environment, I don't really manage in that manner. So my management is gonna be quite different. Maybe I'll stop sharing for a second. So the way I manage is I see the group as a group of equals until one is capable enough to take over certain duties. So I'm just kind of there to help. I'm kind of there to lend expertise that I have. I'm there to listen to anyone who wants to do something else. But again, if it's what I'm doing, I feel like I'm the one that has the final say in it, and I'll make the final decision because it affects me. However, this isn't my thing. This is Suzie Dawson's movement, as well as a couple of others who are on top of it. The Internet Party are in conjunction with it, so I don't have the final say. So the way I'm gonna manage it is following the way that they want it done. As far as how things operate, I'm just gonna have to refer you to Suzie or Joe. I'm just here to help out. So again, when I try to do this as far as what I'm trying to get other people to do, I'm hoping to do live streams, get ordinary people together, let the public access, talk about certain topics, not let trolls get in the way. I used to let trolls get in the way a little bit, but now I'm just kind of limiting their time, and if they keep seeing that they can get on and disrupt things and I give them more time, I just think that's just something they could do on their own channel. So I won't allow it on mine. I have a purpose, I have a point, and if you think it's taking away from your freedom of speech, well, that's on you. You can do whatever you want on your own channels. You can talk about whatever you want on your channels, but on my channel I like to stick to the point. I like to, on open topics, I like to let other people talk about what they want to talk about, and let others in the Zoom chat be able to have a turn, have a voice, not be interrupted all the time. Anyways, back to the work. Oh, and before I do, so anyways, Unity4J stream team, let's see. Now, one of the things that needs to make sure for people who are on Unity4J and who may want to come onto the stream team is, before I even send the document, this document I'm working on is just a draft. I'm going to send it in the approvals. And the approvals I'll just mention something like at Suzie and at Joe, and that's who I'll say, and I'll just say please over and stream team so that's basically what I would say, and that's it. And then that's it. So a lot of this is just trying to think of how am I going to move this into something that's easily done, because it's something that I may incorporate too. And I mean, a lot of the things that I'm doing right now is separate from it. It's somewhat similar. We kind of overlap. So oh, I've got a message. Give me a second, let me read it. Okay, cool. So I just asked if there would be an approved section, but in the creative approvals and whatever, there's an approved icon in them. So when the new bot tech team goes ahead and automatically posts it to hashtag all-platforms. Okay. That's good to know. And sorry, there's a lot of little private messaging that I don't really want to show. Let's see what's going on. Okay. And again, this is all volunteer. I've got some stuff I'd like to do on my own, but sometimes when things are going, you just kind of have to go with it and make your decision. Of course, family stuff. It's important. I'm hoping to leave in at least 45 minutes. Shoot, maybe, I guess just an hour. Anyways, let me get to work. I don't know why I keep getting these segues. And here's the document for now. You can see I've already put in some work. This is just the title, me, the date. These are just things that are good to put in, table of contents. You can see the background. I just took the image and did a watermark with the Unity4J at the top left and a stream team, hashtag stream team on the bottom right. Just color coded this, for example, Joe Manji and Fly David S. They are mods within hashtag Unity4J. I'm something else, so I'm just a different color. So you'll see that within the Discord. Some of them aren't, like Blake and Z Fortified. I don't see them as assigned to any role yet, so I just kept them as just a typical black font. So just kind of goes over the management team. We're trying to get other members and how we're going to go through that process. The affiliate teams that we're going to be coordinating with are going to be the media for YouTuber, tech for podcasts, or, you know, people who are familiar with streaming through OBS and maybe restreaming it, multi-streaming it through places such as restream.io. That's potential areas of recruitment where they might be able to help out during these live streams. Currently, it's a pretty small team, but it's a dedicated team. And some of the things that we might want and need or use during the live streams, for whether it's transitions, whether it's video snippets or music snippets, we're going to go work and coordinate with the creative team to ask for certain things. And currently it's just kind of giving an overview of what we use and how we use it, live streaming and restream.io. So we currently live stream simultaneously through restream.io, which streams out to Suzie Dawson's YouTube channel, Suzie3D, the hashtag Unity4J's Periscope channel. We also live stream separately. That means we don't use restream.io, and within OBS we would put in the stream URL and the stream key on different computers. And so we're doing a live stream event coordinating with different live streams to different channels, and that can be kind of tough. We do have some signals that we use, and hopefully this document will be able to go over some of that. So let's see. We also live stream separately. Oh, I read that. So for simplicity's sake, we're debating about paying to incorporate a second YouTube and a custom RTMP channel for Facebook. That costs money. So that will be Joe and Susie, if there's anything available to do that. So now I'm just talking about Zoom and OBS. So the video conferencing applications that's used to coordinate the live streaming events is Zoom. It's very similar to what I use, and you can even join now. I let anyone in public join mine, and you can talk about whatever and ask questions, or just shoot the shit, whatever. OBS, it's a paid service, so it's a monthly service. You can pay for the whole year and get a discount. That's what I did. The hashtag Stream Team members will have access to the Zoom application as non-participants. Keep in mind, while live streaming the Zoom application, the application windows should be maximized. And one of the things to note is it's controlled by Suzie, so Suzie needs to maintain the view within Zoom, because how she uses the view mode within Zoom, it propagates to all the non-participant views as well. So she leaves it on gallery view, then it'll stick to the gallery view for the non-participants. If it's in speaker view, then it'll be in speaker view. But that's something I don't really need to put in this document. OBS, Open Broadcaster Software, is a free and open source streaming and recording program maintained by the OBS project. This is a program that ties in restream.io and separate channels via the restream URL and stream key. OBS itself cannot multi-stream at this moment, but there are a few. Let's see. I guess applications using, is it view offshoot Okay, I think let's see. RSFO. So a lot of this is just kind of thinking. You can't see me thinking, you're just kind of staring into it. Alright, let me think. So I went over management team, affiliate teams coordinate with live streaming, restream.io, Zoom, and OBS. And of course, there are training videos that I've done in the past. Those training videos should always be updated. Let's see. I don't know current process of where we go. I need to ask a question. Okay, sorry, just post. Where will you post that you will be going live at a specific date and time? Let's see. Okay, back to the document. Hey, Zox. Okay, let's see. Zoom in OBS. That's done. I guess OBS. Heading 1. OBS. Do I just call it OBS? How about using? Oh, right, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Update table, entire table. That's what I should talk about. See, the current process, I don't know if I want to spend too much time talking about the current process, because right now what it's a little bit tough. Let me see. Do we use here? Okay. I guess hardware. Okay, I think that's where I'll go with this. The thing is, what I hate about documentation is when it gets really too long and people see it, it's like, I don't want to read all this. Okay. How about shoot. Using working broadcaster software. Yeah, what am I doing? I hate the thing that takes the most part, in my opinion, is just trying to make a document so it's usable for people reading it. A lot of them aren't going to know a lot of things, so I have to kind of simplify it. Hardware and operating systems. Why am I doing that? I am not a grammar speller guy. Okay, hardware and service. Apparently, many of us on the stream can use Windows 7 or Windows 10 hardware doesn't matter too much as long as there's 4 physical processors. No. Let's not get into that. As long as there's first physical processors, X264 encoding can be used for the live stream. Or if you have a capable graphics card, and I've seen some of the hardware graphics capability of certain cars work well. I don't know, because I haven't really tested them all, and it really depends on other things. Let's see, heading 1, I'm gonna have to get into bandwidth eventually. So sometimes what I do is I just kind of think of, okay, what are all the contents that I'm going to put them all in as headings. That way I could go in and know that I'm going to have to spend time within that heading. Let's see. Something that's at least as powerful as older generation cards such as an AMD, let's see, what would be a capable graphics card from AMD? That's a long time ago. I'd say, just to make sure, R929. I think like a 7870 might be even okay. Let's just keep it safe. R92 is it R9? Is it R7? Gosh, it's been such a long time. Yeah. Okay. So, such as an ARM or an Intel, not an Intel, or an NVIDIA. What's an old card that might still do well? So I don't know about 780. Skip the 800s. I think a 970. GTX 970. Although one thing I don't like about our 70s is they had an issue. They're like 3 gigabyte memory cards, video memory cards. So the problem with them that they had is they can actually utilize up to something like 2.4 gigabytes of the VRAM, and if they use any more of that, it really throttles the cards. But that could be just for gaming. I don't know. Could also be for video processing and stuff like that. So let's play it safe. Let's do 980. I mean, that's pretty recent card. The thing is, I would put in something like a 780. But again, memory issues, VRAM issues. I don't want people to go, well, damn it. Because I would think in a GTX 960 would be fine. Okay, let's do 960. Maybe TIs. I don't even know if there was a 960 Ti, so give me a second. Again, memory issues that I don't like. Let's just keep it as okay, let's just do 980s. For any card that has at least 4 gigabytes VRAM. Avoid GTX 970s. For NVIDIA. I don't know. That's a general rule of thumb, but the best thing is just to ask. I guess ask me for now. Test. Let's see. Okay, the keyboard graphic versus private. That's at least private resources. Your local machine. If you are going to use a graphics card for hardware encoding, it will be either I think it's NVNC for NVIDIA. I'm trying to find, I think AMC is called something different. They're encoding H.264. Hold on. H.264. Okay. Current minute. Hardware doesn't matter too much. Okay, that should be good enough. Bandwidth requirements. And this is where we get into, like, I don't know. It really depends, because we typically want to run at 720p resolution. As the current zoom 50 capability 4 for the current set plan is on that, except when camera. That's something not too. Now, so it's interesting for people who want more data on it and information. So when you use Zoom, your camera that you're recording from, where you're the host, it's going to be in whatever high definition quality your camera supports. So if you have like a 4K camera or 1080p camera, then it's going to shoot in that and you're going to see it, so you're going to have really great quality from that. Except anyone else who may have a 4K camera or 1080p camera that appears within Zoom, it's not going to be that high of a quality because it's going through Zoom, and the plan currently has it still 720p is the highest. So it doesn't matter what cameras they have, they're just not going to appear as crisp as the person who's actually hosting Zoom. And if you're going to go through OBS, you're going to want to go through the host. But since we're not doing that for Unity for J, it's something not to worry about. That's all I'm trying to talk about. However, 1080p is I would say easier to add in I guess transition, add in images, add in design images. And since the Zoom application will be I don't know what do you call it. It's not necessarily you're snipping parts of it off. I forgot what you call that. Damn it. What do you call it when you do that? Let's see. Zoom application will be. Yeah, this is where I get stuck at when I haven't had food yet. I just had coffee all day, so My mind's a little slow. And since the Zoom application will be... what's that word? I wish someone could help me with the words. I do it all the time. Images, oh, cropped. Okay. OBS. If the OBS, what do you call that? OBS, the white space? Damn it. What do you call it? Canvas. Yeah. OBS canvas is at 7. It's going to be down scaled a little bit. So re-edits for non-live video uploads won't be as crisp. And 4 plan on using resolution and points. Okay, so let's say resolution depends 2 factors. Your encoding capabilities for live streaming. Encoding capabilities and your internet bandwidth. There we go. I should run the numbers again, but if your bandwidth is internet upload, just so we have it right. Okay, if your upload speed is, I think I did this before, and I think it was like 3.2 megabytes, or no. Not megabytes, gigabits. Let's see. I don't even know. I might be a little slow, but you guys aren't really watching anything. Actually, I'm thinking megabits per second, not gigabits per second. Again, I'm having brain issues right now. We should be fine for 7.2p resolution upload. your upload speed is, and I think what was the math? Maybe it was 10 point. I can't remember. Maybe it was like around 10.4 megabytes per second. And 30 FPS. Resolutions. I think it may not even been that, because I might have been even looking at 60 frames per second. So I think at 30 frames per second at 1080p, I think it might be something like 8.6. I don't remember. I should estimate. Okay, I think that's MPBS. Okay, I think that's fine. That kind of finishes that part. Again, you should always test things out and see how things go. Using OBS, there should be some training videos out there that have done a course. There's a lot out there on YouTube. Probably review it, but of course, if we really have YouTubers already or podcasters, then they should be fine. I think, because what I'm trying to do is try to make it easy, simple. Okay, how about I just put that down? The plan is to make using OBS as simple as possible. I think what I'm trying to do is oh, another thing I need to talk about is talk about stream key security. After every live stream event, we should coordinate to reset the stream key and also the OBS profiles. Is it the OBS profile settings? Oh my gosh. So if you're using Studio Basic, yeah, it's profiles, but how is it used here in OBS? Profiles are locked. I'll have to open up this one. Oh my goodness. So profile, okay, good, scene selection. I wonder if I switch profiles, if it also does the settings as well. Is it profile by settings? Is it profile by whatever? I'll have to look into it. That will be imported in via script. For we plan on utilizing a specific E4J profile to use, not just profile, what is it? I think each profile might also have different scenes based on that. Profiles and scenes. And the scenes to use. Okay, the scenes to use. These will be set up by, I think there should be a different channel within Stream Team for the OBS profile and scenes team. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll set it up. That'll take a lot of extra time. Who should help set it up? I don't know. Let's make OBS as simple as possible to find a specific game for your profile that seems to use. Set up by, I guess, me for now. Easier to propagate to each individual member within the stream team for redundancy and based on targeted shutdowns. Let's see. There we go. So what that means is, what I end up doing, for this to happen, oh. Shoot. It might be actually, sorry. 3 factors. Although actually it's 2 factors. Let's not confuse things. Recording. I think, maybe not necessarily. Hardware specs and upload and speeds and your monitor resolution. Because within the, why I need the monitor resolution would be because your canvas. So basically, if you have a monitor that's safe, I don't know if anyone even has something these days. Maybe you're working on a laptop and it's like 1068 by 520 or something weird like that. You're not going to be able to go higher than that. So you're going to be streaming at say 520p. I don't know, whatever, 640p. Something that's not 720p that we're aiming at. And so if I'm going to create the profile and scenes, I have to set the canvas, and within that canvas, everything is resized, downscaled, or just not scaled at all to whatever's going out. For example, my monitor resolution that I typically use for restreaming is keeping a, I don't want to get it wrong, what is that thing called? There's a specific term. Oh, okay. So 16 by 10, you know, if I have something like a 2560 by 1600 monitor, which I do have, and trying to downsize it to a 16 by 9, for example, 1920 by 1080, it's just going to be a lot of extra vertical spacing at the top and bottom, and I don't really want that. So it's usually best to scale for within your own like another 16 by 10 or just 16 by 9. But then again, I don't want to get too much into these specifics, so yeah, that's fine. For example, I was saying, so 2560 by 1440 is what I use, but I don't really do my live streams in 1440p or 4K resolution. I do have one 4K monitor. It's just no need for it, and it's just a lot of extra canvas spacing and downscaling and bandwidth speed usage that might be taken up, and a whole bunch of other factors. Therefore, but it's still by 16 by 9, therefore I just go ahead and downscale it to 1920 by 1080. I'll just upload at 1080. And of course, if you're watching this on my YouTube page or on Periscope, I'm actually doing it at 1080p by 60 frames per second. Not that 60 frames per second is going to matter, because Zoom outputs at 30 frames per second. All the techie stuff that you guys don't really need to know. Okay, now this is gonna be tough. Propagation of the OBS profiles. I guess I won't be calling this OBS Setup, but OBS Setup, and then here I'll be calling it OBS. Using OBS. I'm just actually going to do TBD because it really depends on how OBS is set up. that's going to take a little bit of time for those using a different OS such as Mac. Or Linux, other streaming team members know, so we can figure out how to set up your OBS, set up your OBS profile. I may have to give a tutorial on this. Best way is to utilize hotkeys for transitions. And have it on this setup prior to going live. And these are for transitions to the music and all this other stuff. And let's see, all the scenes, and actually we want to keep it at scenes. We're using or toggling and picture how this is done, or someone else. Okay, so there's too many room for mistakes when you do things manually. Using hotkeys just makes the transitions better, toggles on and off certain portions of the mixer, and you don't have to mess with the sources at all, because when you transition using toggling on and off sources, it can just lead to something bad when you need to transition to the next scene and you don't transition back those sources within that scene. Therefore, you can have potential problems. So using OBS is pretty important. I think this is just the rough draft. I'll go ahead and submit it. I may do Alright, version 0.1. Let's see. I think that's it for now. I have to start getting going. So, alright. That's it for now. I'm going to go and submit that within the stream team. Actually, the tech area for approvals. Hashtag approvals. Okay, so that was it. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. And if you're watching this, you probably got a little bit of additional data information that may not have known about. Even though it's confusing, maybe you can even ask questions if you have questions on how to do what I'm talking about on certain things like that and why I do things a certain way. And of course, I don't even have all these things implemented yet because I'm a little bit too lazy. When I transitioned from live stream to live stream, I was thinking about having it automated, but I can't go too fast because if I go too fast and I rename your titles for the next live stream, it'll update that live stream name that I just previously ran, and then I had to go in and edit it in the previous one. It's a mess. It's a mess. It is. So sometimes you just can't go too fast. Just slow down, just do things right, prepare. And of course, I would still need to do screen captures and all that for image uploads. Alright, that's it. You'll see me later on tonight streaming something. I don't know what it is going to be yet. But I kind of have typical backups. I may not stream anything, depending, because I think there might be a stream coming for Unity for J, because there's a lot of stuff going on. One thing I do want to probably talk about, and on the next live stream, is there have been additional YouTube purges, especially for channels that I've watched. One is Illuminati Watcher, and there's also another one. So I want to go ahead and just let that be known. And I know there's going to be interviews. They're not going to come in get interviewed by me. I'm low on the totem pole, so at least I can make a video about it. And if by chance I'm able to get any interviews, that would be awesome. But that typically doesn't happen because I'm crazy. Not. All right, see you guys.